My book's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale in illustrating the negative and disastrous consequences of terrible decision-making, particularly for young people. But at the same time, my book's a story of hope, redemption, and ultimate victory. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, baseball, football was all part of my upbringing. Family picnics, so I had a very, very normal upbringing. Unfortunately for me, when I got into junior high, I started making a lot of bad decisions. I wanted to be a rebel. I wanted to try everything. I wanted to try everything once. It started out very innocent enough for me. When I was in 8th grade, I smoked pot for the first time. Drug use, like sin, is very gradual. And for me, it was a very gradual, slippery slope. By the time I was a senior in high school, I was what you would consider to be a full-fledged drug addict. I was snorting cocaine. I was smoking crack. This was 2 weeks after I graduated from high school. And it started out, it was a beautiful June day. And we had been partying, snorting coke, drinking beer most of the evening. You know, we went to this drug house. Next thing I know, this guy with the gun started banging on my window, telling me to get out of the car. I panicked. I heard what sounded like an MA, and bam! My driver's side window shattered. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. My entire body felt like it was encased in cement. My thought at that point was, please God, don't let me go out like this. I don't want this to be the last memory that I leave behind for my parents and my brothers. That bullet went into my neck, ripped open the flesh, pierced my spinal cord, and deflated my right lung. I knew that I was paralyzed. That 9mm bullet changed my life because it redirected my path. Because the Lord chose that bullet. He chose that bullet to get my attention. When I realized I wasn't going to die and I realized I was going to live, I realized I had a second chance. Being able to get on the dean's list and earn a bachelor's degree and ultimately a master's degree was a big confidence booster for me. I started out competing in wheelchair rugby in 1991. You know, I rose through the ranks of just being an unknown player to somebody who was winning all tournament awards and starting to gain some national recognition. Winning the gold medal was absolutely incredible. I was doing everything that the world had told me to do to achieve success, and yet there was something that was still missing. There was nothing that could fill that void in my heart like the love and peace of Christ, which I experienced at that point in time for the first time in my life. God laid James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4 on my heart. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And it was at that point when I realized why I had to go through what I went through with the gunshot wound, the paralysis, and ultimately everything that happened after that. I could have ended up dead, I could have ended up in jail, or maybe I just would have ended up as somebody who didn't fulfill the potential that God had for me. I'm very grateful for that bullet.